In a BBC interview in his war bunker, Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky has said that European countries which continue to buy oil from Russia are helping the country's war against them. And they say they will have blood on their hands.
Mr. President, Clive Murray, pleasure to meet you. I'm very, very well. It's good to see you.
For the entirety of the war, Volodymyr Zelensky has called this heavily fortified building home in the centre of Kyiv.
And how difficult has it been for you to be here through all this without your family?
It's my job. I have to do it, and it's difficult without family. Be anywhere.
His wife and children are safe at an undisclosed location. His companions here, heavily armed troops, sandbags and mines.
There was no light at all. You kept everything.
At the start of the war, they walked around in the darkness here, afraid of Russian shelling.
It's like our country. Like our country is going through the dark.
Going through the darkness.
To the victory. I hope so.
As we enter what's labelled the Situation Room, the President gets a text.
Emmanuel Macron.
Oh, it's Emmanuel Macron.
Yeah, he phoned me. Yes, we have connections.
Okay.
Yes, that's it.
So he's dropped you a message. Oh, I can see it.
I don't know. Yes, but he just tried to reach you, my friend, when you have someone.
When you have some time.
Yeah,
so we're holding up Mr. Macron.
Yeah.
I can see the +33. That's Paris.
Yeah. Yes, that's true.
Yeah.
That's it. So,
A few minutes later, he returns. His preoccupation, a renewed Russian military onslaught about to begin in the east.
Are you getting the right weapons you need from the West?
Нам треба воювати сьогодні, і зброя потрібна сьогодні.
We need weapons today, so we can fight. We cannot wait until some country decides to give or sell us weapons. Some have still not decided on this, and we cannot wait for 2 or 3 weeks, or a month. The United States, the United Kingdom, and some European countries are helping. But we need it sooner. We need it now. Is it enough? We don't think so.
Чи всього достатньо? Ми вважаємо, що ні. The priority word is sooner. The priority words quickly. The priority words now.
He's a president who's been cut off from his people, a citizenry suffering unimaginable horrors at the hands of a ruthless adversary. He's full of hate, he says, for Russia's troops and their leaders, gradually limiting the scope for peace talks.
How do you sit across the table to try to stop the war? How do you do that?
Bucha is in this process closing these possibilities. Bucha, Borodyanka, Mariupol. So I don't have, it's not about me, it's more about Russia. They will not have so many chances in the long period to speak with us.
And what of those European countries, despite other sanctions, still sending billions to Russia in oil and gas revenues?
Ми не розуміємо.
We don't understand how you can make money out of blood. Unfortunately, some European countries have done this. Before the war began, I spoke to Chancellor Merkel and said, if a full-scale invasion of Ukraine happens, they will go further into Poland, and after that they will be on your borders of Germany. If that happened, would you say to your people, it's fine, it's business, it's just business?
How do you maintain hope in the future, given everything that's happened?
It's not hope, it's certainty.
That you win?
Yes, of course.
Mr. President, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Very affable, very charming, and a man who knows how to work the media. Let's be clear about that. But I found him also to be at the same time genuine. And he's been in office barely 3 years, and he's having to deal with a conflagration that has completely swallowed up his country, has killed many of his citizens, And he's having to deal with all that. And they say, cometh the hour, cometh the man. And I think there is a sense that while there may have been skepticism among some of the population here that a former comedian and actor turns out to be their head of state, he's risen to the challenge. And I think that's been recognized by his people here and by millions around the world. And I found a man to be utterly charming and deeply concerned about the situation that this country is in. And I couldn't begin to imagine the pressure that he is under. He looked tired when I first saw him, emotionally drained. And that's after 50 days of war. And we've got no idea how much longer this is going to go on for. But I could absolutely see why he's garnered the respect of so many people around the world and his handling of this crisis. I could see him physically tense up when he started talking about war crimes and talking about what Russian troops are alleged to have done, because he's visited the northwestern suburbs behind me here, Borodyanka, Bucha, Irpin, and so on, and he's seen those body bags. And I saw his face crumple, I saw him tense up, and it's deeply, deeply painful for him. And I said directly, are you going to be able to sit across a negotiating table and talk to the head of state or the representative of a nation that is alleged to have committed those kinds of atrocities to your people? And he told me that it would be very, very difficult, but he was still willing to try to end this crisis. And you get a flavor of that in my interview coming up now.